Hello, everyone. How are you this afternoon? All right, well, it's afternoon here in St. Louis. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Tell me where you're watching from. It's time, as always, every year to gear up. All right, cello battle station. Yeah. All right. What am I using? Some of these will be familiar if you've seen me do this before. And as always, love answering your questions, especially about some of this stuff that we have here. And some of this is basic. All right. So first up, probably the most used accessory. Not probably most used. It definitely is the most used because I'm going to grab it off the stand over here because I've been using it all morning. Is my Seiko Metronome. Yes, still love this metronome. Okay, still the best because it's so nice and loud. Has 3 different sounds. You can do subdivisions. All right, this is really handy, especially when, sorry, can't see the, all right, see the little 8th note thing up there? Okay, all right. This is especially handy when you're trying to go really slow, okay? So maybe you've put the tempo, oh, sorry, my microphone is falling there. You've put the tempo very, very slowly, okay? Sorry for the extra noise that will inevitably ensue from this here. This thing is, sorry about that. Here we go. But if you're trying to go slow, all right, subdivisions are great. And also this, as I always like to point out with the Seiko, I'm still using it. Actually, my other one, all right, this one's on loan. My other one actually died, the original one. Here it is. I looked it up on Amazon. And by the way, speaking of Amazon, all the stuff will be linked down below in the description. My original one, I realized I couldn't remember how long ago I bought it. I got it in 2016. I had to go look it up. 2016, 8 years. All right. I have dropped it so many times. That's probably what killed it. So I'm gonna have to be careful not to drop this one. Anyway, so I guess they do have a shelf life, or maybe you just have to take better care of it and not drop it. As many times I've dropped it. But 8 years, 8.5 years. I got it in January of 2016. 8.5 years for $50. I'll take it. That's a pretty good deal. Anyway, so this cutout design here makes it to where it actually gets a little bit louder when you put it on the stand. It's quite ingenious, yes. And when you put it on this, see if I can put it against something here. Oh, just put it against this. Watch this. See, it echoes. I put it next to the microphone. It echoes off the back. Isn't that fascinating? The smart people at Seiko. Still love this metronome. Still the best. Still love it. All right, next most used things. Of course, this, I have a tiled floor here in the studio. And so you can see how old, now this is really old, right? This one, this doesn't tear up, right? It's not electronic. I think I've had this, gosh, this is still the first one I ever bought, or is it the other one? I have 2 because I have one for me and one for students. Hold on. I'm pretty sure this one that looks really, really old is the original one. Oh, yeah. This is the one. So I have 2 of these, one for students, one for me here. All right, so there's that one. And you can see that this one is like coming apart. That's kind of funny. All right. I have had this. I got this back when I still lived in Montgomery, Alabama. This thing is so sticky. One of the bass players was using it there in the symphony. It will hold a bass. Yeah, they don't make a cello size and a bass size because this is plenty for both cello and bass. And so I think I've had this one now for, I moved to St. Louis in 2012. I got it before then. This thing's 14 years old, at least. Yeah, still going, still working. Okay, still using this thing. as the cover stays intact, I might have to super glue it on there or something. Then we're still good. All right. Yeah, $20. You know, it's a little more expensive as far as rock stops goes. You know, for disc style rock stops. But the other kind that I grew up with that sometimes have a brass colored ring in the middle, they don't stick to anything. They don't work. Right? Yeah, they're cheaper. They're cheaper for a reason. The black hole is the best. Okay, it stays on the ground. It is awesome. Well worth the investment for when you have to stay on have to play on a slick floor. All right. What else do I have here that I use on a regular basis? I do have to show you this because it is an accessory. It is a thing that I use in my studio, and that is my iPad. So this last year, over the course of the last year, and in my classroom, I am using the iPad a lot more. As a matter of fact, in my classroom teaching orchestra, I only conducted and taught from the iPad so that I could take notes and just keep up with the iPad. In lessons, I'm only using the iPad so that I can make notes to students and then email them out. And the way that works is they all have copies of the music, all right? They already own the music, okay? They're making notes in their music, and then I'm also making notes on the iPad that I send to them. So, yeah. And so it's, I'm almost fully digital, still using some paper some of the time. And of course, with the iPad is the Bluetooth pedal. I have this Page Flip, okay, by Page Flip Dragonfly. Let me get it there so it'll get into focus. You can see it. Yeah. All right. This thing broke off. Whoops. This actually has a 4-pedal. You don't even really need the 4-pedal. My wife has the 2-pedal. It works just fine. Okay. Yeah. But if you want to, what's great about the iPad and the foot pedal is that in class, and here's the real game changer for me as a teacher, is that I can play from a score, right? And it's really awesome to be able to play from the score. All right, perform from the score, because otherwise playing from a score is too many page turns, right? It's too broken up. You can't really perform from it. But with an iPad and a foot pedal, you can have as many pages on there as you want, and just flip and flip and flip away. So it's really, really great. Of course, I'm still using the same rosin. Still got Andrea, or now it's called Cecilia Rosin. I actually met the owner of the company at Asta. Great guy. We took a picture together. I think it's on the YouTube channel somewhere here. Still using this rosin. Still think it's the best. Okay. Still loving the Andrea rosin there. What else do I have on my desk? Oh yes, the timer cube. Okay. Got videos all about the timer cube. I don't really plan out, as I mentioned before, I don't really plan out these accessory videos because I don't want to sell you guys stuff that I don't use. So I'm just looking around the studio, like what's here in the office that I actually use. Timer cube is awesome. This really keeps you focused, because here's what happens is that we get in this practice tornado, this practice whirlwind, yeah, where we're not really focused on anything. We're just jumping around from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing and not accomplishing very much. The timer cube allows you to set it, because we're always afraid we don't have enough time, right? We're like, that's why we're in a hurry. We're in a rush, and we're jumping around from thing to thing to thing because we think we're in a hurry. But this keeps us a little more accountable and gives us a little bit better perspective, because then I can say, okay, for 5 minutes, which is nothing, I'm going to spend this concentrated 5 minutes. And by having the cube, I could set it aside. And these little gravity cubes are great because, they change. I got to get it here. They change time depending on, and this one is rechargeable. I'm going to link this one up. Okay. It's really great because, oh yeah, see now it's on the gravity setting. It has a manual setting where you can just put it on whatever time you want, or you can put it on this gravity setting to where it will change. Okay. Depending on where you flip it to. Yeah. You can see it change there. Okay. It has a 10-minute, a 30-minute, 60-minute, and a 5-minute, which is perfect. And my son uses it. He loves this thing. I have a 10-year-old. who loves practicing violin, especially piano, with this thing. You know, because we'll put it on and we'll say that you have to, practice some passage or whatever for 10 minutes. All right, so the timer cube is awesome. What else do I have in here? Oh, something else that's kind of new. Sorry for the bump there. That I've been using a lot more because I don't have a mirror in here. When I was in college and as a student, I basically lived in front of the mirror, and I'm constantly telling students to practice in front of a mirror. It is so incredibly important to do it. But of course, having an iPad and, we're all using like electronic stuff more and more these days, is that we have here in the house, this is our favorite. We've been through a few of these, but this one seems to be the best and most durable. It's by Lamicall. I'll, of course, link it up. And it is a tablet holder. It will hold your phone also. It doesn't come close enough to put your phone in landscape mode, but you can put your phone in here vertical, but then you just like flip it this way, okay, or whatever, however you need to do it with the phone. But it is for tablets mostly, so that you can perform from the tablet, use it as a mirror. This thing is great. It will also go pretty tall, all right, if you want to use it standing up. It's quite versatile, okay. Yeah, this thing, can't even see it anymore, is awesome. All right, love practicing. So when I really want to use a mirror, okay, or have a mirror in front of me, I put my iPad on this. Usually I just have my iPad on the music stand. It's fine. Some people prefer to have one of these when they're performing instead of the music stand, so that when they're, I don't know, some people just like them. All right. I do. The big advantage of it is, as far as using the iPad as a mirror, is that this can get the iPad at the correct angle, right? So if you're recording yourself with your phone or iPad a lot, which you should be doing during practice, putting it on the music stand, it's hard to get it at the right angle. It's hard to get the right angle, without the iPad falling off the stand, which is the other reason we got this stand, is because my son practices piano a lot online with his grandmother, and so we were always taking so much time to get the iPad set up on the stand, and so we finally invested in this guy right here, and it saves so much time getting the iPad. So if you're doing a lot of stuff online, or if you're recording yourself, this thing is handy. All right, what else do I have in here? Now here's one that I haven't used as much, but I am planning on using, and I'm going to show you this one last here before I jump off. I am actually on a live stream so we're recording this is on a Sunday here. On Tuesday, Nathan Waller is going to be here live on the channel to talk about his tadpoles, and these things are very, very cool, all right, for teaching and learning the bow hold. It has this washboard over here, yeah. It's all tactile. We're going to go over this in detail on Tuesday, but I just want to show it to you because I am planning on using these a lot in the coming year with beginners in my classroom and in the studio. These things are really fantastic looking, and they're very, very durable, okay. All right, these things are pretty strong here. Yeah, all right. They're very well made, high quality product. There's a teacher pack if you're a teacher, okay. Comes with French bass, German bass, cello, violin, viola, okay. Oops, you can't even see that, sorry. There's a teacher pack. Pretty cool, huh? Comes with all the different ones. All right, this is what the cello one looks like. Yeah, I've already given it out to my 5-year-old beginner, all right, to start helping her with her bow hold there, all right, tadpoles. All right, so Nathan is going to be here. Now, depending on when you're watching this, all right, if nobody has any questions, depending on when you're watching this on the replay here, I'm going to post a link to that interview right here, so you can go check out me and Nathan talking all about tadpoles. Now, if you're seeing this right after the recording, it's going to be a couple of days from now that it's going to be posted. But I will post it over here. Let's do it on this side. All right. and you can go check out all about the tadpoles, all about these. Okay, so that's everything that I'm using here in the studio. Everything will be linked up in the description down below. There's a timer that went off. That's funny. From where I set it from 5 minutes ago there. All right. Awesome. Perfect. Turn that off. Oh, by the way, this thing is rechargeable. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So go check out me and Nathan. I will see you in the next video. And remember, tonight we're talking all about stage fright and getting over nerves with Julia Sakharova. See you then.